and we're gonna do 4 different drills on how to get onto the floor. So what we're gonna do to begin with, all we're gonna do is go down into a lunge. So I'm gonna get you to have your legs wider than your hips, right? With your left leg, you're gonna step it back, come down onto your knee. And I'm gonna do that a couple of times. I'm gonna show you what that looks like side on. So legs wide, left leg, down onto your knee. One more time, facing the front, left leg, down onto your knee. The next part of this is all that's gonna happen is that left leg, this right leg, sorry, is gonna connect with your thigh, and we're gonna face our left-hand side. So slow motion, and here. So that again, if we reverse it, this is my right leg, my left leg's on the ground. I'm gonna connect that leg in and finish here. Cool? So let's connect that all together. Legs wide, left leg down, thigh connects, and sitting down. Let's do that a couple more times, and then we'll do it on the other side as well. Legs wide, sit, down. Now stylistically, I don't really mind what you do with the arms. When we get into a bit more choreography, I'll talk more about the style of the hands and where to place them, but for now, I want your focus to be more on your bottom half. So knee and down. Now let's try with the other side. So standing up, facing me. So this time it's your right leg that's gonna be going down. So into your lunge. So come back up. Let's do that a couple of times, making sure there's a lot of strength pouring through that supporting leg. Stepping back, knee down. I'll show you what that looks like from side on. So legs wide, right leg coming down. All right, let's add on. So we actually go directly onto the floor. So we're gonna go right leg coming down. That left thigh is gonna connect in, and we're gonna finish kneeling once again, yeah? Come back up. Let's do that 2 more times. Legs wide, kneel, and down. One more time. Legs wide, kneel, and down. Cool. So our next version to get down onto the floor is I'm gonna start facing this side so you can see what's happening here. This is quite a common one. You probably would have seen this before. It's kind of like our go-to. It's hamstring flexibility plays a big part in this one. Also, weirdly enough, it's easier when you're wearing heels because your heels are elevated, so there's not as much strain on your hamstrings. So you may find this harder if your feet are flat on the ground. So we're gonna stick the butt out, yeah? You may need to bend the knees or you can keep them straight depending on how you can get your hands to the floor. So all that's gonna happen, hands, fingertips, come onto the floor, and you're going to lift your heels. Super important, I don't like this. Also, stylistically doesn't look that great. Also feels shocking on your ankles. So think about lifting right up onto the toes. Doesn't matter what kind of shoes you're wearing, you're gonna wanna lift your heels. And then from here, we're gonna go one knee, the other knee, or from here, we can go little hop, toes pointed, sitting onto the heel, sitting onto the back of the heels. Now, before we move any further, one thing I really want to quickly talk about is the position of your ankles. Again, not only is it a stylistic thing, but it's actually a safety thing. This flexed as you're on the ground, disgusting, feels terrible, also looks bad. So we want to have the big toe underneath and the heel on top. If you're in a beautiful pair of shoes, people are going to be watching those feet. So you want to be mindful that we do have nice lines, but most importantly that your ankles and your knees are safe. Whatever your ankles are doing, your knees will have an effect on, and vice versa. So when you're sitting, toes are pointed, always. When you're up here, heels are lifted. I don't want to, this is not so nice, feels yucky as well, yeah? Not great on the knees or the ankles. So that one again, up on the toes, either one knee and the other knee, or second option is a little hop, toes land, shins land, and then again we come back to here. So let's do that a couple of times, all the way from standing. I'll stay on my side so you can watch properly. So legs nice and wide. The wider it is, the easier it is as well. We're gonna bring the hands down. So just a bit of style. We can go hands trace down the legs. Walk the hands forward. Come up onto the toes and then a little hop. Toes, shins, and knees. Now, seems like an obvious one, but just making sure that